Oh, and penis. Welcome back to penis. The writer of the first word, not the writer of the last. With the terror of the light and the shadows cast, the trade in the open.
Who was writing who?
Sorry, the third in the
Who
open.
was writing this poem?
Third
Me?
eye.
No.
The third eye now open. To project the night, this is the moment to write. This is the ritual to lead you on. Your friends will meet him when you are gone. It's kind of weird how Wake doesn't even, like, mention that this is Anderson, or whatever his name is. Again, he probably looks a little bit different because he's naked and murdered, but still something there.
I felt it. Stepping to the murder site, I'd felt it, hanging in the air. A meaning, the violent emotion of the act. Like a cloud of wrath. The dead eyes of the victim staring at something you couldn't see, and yet making you aware of it. Something had soaked into this place on a molecular level, overlapping with your meaningless existence. Regression to something you had managed to forget. Marking you, taking you for a ride, making you crazier.
Oh, look at this door. Where the heck are we? Are we still in New York? No, this is the loading stairs, isn't it? And look at that, right back where we started. Yep. Wow. What a loop. Obviously I missed a few things. Hopefully not. Actually, you know what? Alan Wake 2 shotgun. Location Alan. Okay, so not down in the tunnels. I just wanted to make sure I hadn't missed it.
The station had changed. I was closer now.
Can I still affect this part of the tunnel? Caldera Station? No, this is you can only apply the FBI here. Oh boy. He's wearing flannel in that one. Oh. Oh, right. I forgot I need to use that to go forward. You had to double up here with the lights.
Parliament Tower. Our home in New York. Was I really this close to being home? Going up to our apartment? Would I be home? Or was this just an echo of the real thing? Even then, the murder site had brought me one step closer to escape.
Is that a statue of me?
Time loses meaning here. How long have I been trying to escape? long enough for Alice to think I'm dead. The payphone at the edge of the plaza was ringing again.
You ever find out who this was?
Hey, Alan. Thank God he picked up.
No,
I
this
thought I
isn't
lost you again.
the officer.
Who are you? Why are you helping me?
Did you go deeper to the overlap?
Are you talking about the murder site? Yeah, I did.
That's fantastic, Alan. We're closer to getting out. We're making progress.
Well, we
We?
would be if you would answer my damn questions.
What do you mean we?
Last time we spoke, you were pretty worried about Alice. Did you ever check Parliament Tower? To make sure she really got out of the dark place?
Well, of course she got out. That's why I'm here. That's the whole goddamn point.
Be very careful, Alan. The dark presence is stealing from you. It can already manifest as your double. Scratch will come.
Wait, hello?
What will he do? Also, why do I have 2 light bulbs in the bottom right? Is that how many charges I have in my thing? Can I hold 3 charges? I thought I could only hold 1.
The writer. Maybe he was a victim. The cult, using his words. Or maybe he was the monster behind it all. Either way, Alice Wake, his ex, she knew things. It was there in her art for all to see. A cry for help. The darkness she'd witnessed. And that put her in danger.
Was Alice here? In the story?
Suppose we'll find out. Thought those were pages. Tis not. Gonna do another quick Sandy check on my voice while we're just in this elevator, and surely nothing will happen. Okay, good. Ah. Okay, I'm awake. I'm paying
Alice's
attention.
Photo equipment set to go off when the door opens.
When the elevator door in her apartment opens, yes. Correct.
Leave me alone!
Alice! Alice! Alice,
Goes for an exhibition.
this is a photo of Scratch. How did Alice get this? Is he stalking her? This is the door to my study, where I wrote my books. This symbol wasn't here before.
The weird spiral. Wow. That's neat.
Alice's video camera. No memory card inside.
This kind of feels like another video art doc on screens. Focal point of the dark place. It feels like another puzzle section rather than a combat horror section. Do you know what? I'm okay with that.
Part 1. What was Alice working on?
Gee, I wonder. Maybe it has to do with what we just read? Perhaps the dark place?
was younger, photography was everything to me. I moved to New York thinking I'd make it as an artist. And then I met Alan. We had a good thing. We were both dedicated by our creative ambitions. The only difference was that Alan's work made money. He brought me work when he could. I took his promo shots, created covers for his books. I'm sure he forced his publisher into it. I was taking photos, just not my photos. And that gnawed at me. Things got complicated sometimes, but that's life, right? We loved each other. Then Alan hit a block. I brought out a meaner side of him. One I didn't like. I set up a trip to see a doctor in Washington. I didn't tell him until we got there. We argued. Things went wrong.
This is the plot of the first game, kind of, from her perspective.
And he was just gone. Drowned, allegedly. It's easy for people to think it was my fault. Hell, I do, too, sometimes. About 6 years ago, I started hearing noises in the night. Typewriter keys clacking. Voices. Alan was back. Haunting me. Then it got violent.
Oh.
It was Alan. And yet, it was a monster. He always did have anger in him. I set up cameras around the apartment with motion sensors and flashes. Now, when the monster comes, I turn it into art. My nightmares caught on film. And this is the focus of my new exhibition. To show people the world is so much darker than they ever knew. I'm calling this exhibit The Dark Place.
Alice. Scratch was terrorizing her. Why?
Because of me. He went through the door.
I sat in the writer's room and wrote a story. Initiation. To project myself through the dark place, to look for a way out. The story had brought me here, brought me nowhere. Looped me back. I was writing the story. And in the story, I now stepped into the writer's room. But there was no one here writing it.
Going for a loop. End of part. Those are like 20 minutes. I don't think I really did anything besides just walk around. I mean, I guess I technically had access to the world again, so I could have kept looking around. If I hadn't done... No, I had to do the other loop. I don't think I would have missed anything.
What are you looking at? Is it your face on a pane of glass? 'Cause somehow this window becomes a trap on this winding road. Will it ever let me go? Forever I am fading to black. Forever I am circling back, just to fall into this trap. This winding road.
Wait. That's the same song as before. Is it because thematically we looped? Snap back to reality.
Okay,
Moving forward in the story.
Let's recap what you've told us so far, Alan. For the past 13 years, you've been trapped in a nightmare dimension called the Dark Place. It's like New York, but it's not New York. And can be reached from the bottom of Cauldron Lake, but it's not really under the lake. And after all this time, you've managed to get out.
Yeah.
But so has your evil doppelganger. Mr. Scratch? Or is it the Dark Presence?
Both. It's interchangeable. He's Scratch when he looks like me, but he can change into this other form.
And Scratch, the Dark Presence, wants to rewrite the world in his own image.
Which would be in your image, as he looks just like you.
And turn the world into a fucking nightmare.
During Deerfest, which is scheduled to take place in a couple of days.
Why specifically during Deerfest?
You got out of the Dark Place by writing a novel, the pages we've been finding. But your double edited it into a horror story that's now changing reality, taking over people, making them crazy, bringing the Dark Place to Bright Falls.
Yes, fiction coming in contact with the Dark Place can change reality. The story is coming true, soaking into everything, like darkness when night falls. But last time
This will be back in 2010.
Yes, last time it didn't happen all at once. The story came true bit by bit as it unfolded. And that dark
Almost
presence
like a video
was still
game.
bound to the lake. I stopped it before it got the ending it wanted. Before it broke free. Based on that, there's still time.
Which brings us to your magical light switch.
The clicker. Magical doesn't quite cover it. Scratch
Every
wants
time
it
it
to
flips
bring
back to him,
about
his
ending.
shirt,
That can't
like,
happen. If I can get
gets
the clicker,
physics.
I can send him back to the Dark Place, make all this shit go away. Look, I know it's batshit crazy. My memory is full of holes, and I'm not sure how
keeps
much I
folding.
can trust. It's like a half-forgotten dream.
I mean, this looks great for being in engine and like live rendered.
Mr. Wake. Alan. We've seen our share of batshit crazy in the past 24 hours. What I want to know is, why am I? Why are we written into the story?
I think I saw you. Or a vision of you in the dark place. I think you helped me reach out and escape somehow.
Because I'm trying to
With
think.
that in the story, Scratch would have edited it to get to you.
Also, you can't read that subtitle at all.
Hurt you. We are all in danger.
So, we went to the murder scene. And we saw her. And then it was like immediately after that we went to the boss fight and got him out, right?
It's insane. And there's so much of it. Have you ever heard of the cult of the tree?
Creepy bunch. In the habit of wearing deer masks, performing murder rituals, victims turning into monsters possessed by darkness, possibly inspired by a horror story written by a certain author. Ring any bells?
The cult. Yes. Yes. They have the clicker.
If the cult has the clicker, does that make them Scratch's followers? How are you so certain they even have the clicker?
They could be working for Scratch. I don't remember. It's all confused.
Alan, if I'm gonna act on this information, you need to be honest with me.
Yeah, of course.
Is he confused? Or is he hiding something?
Let's profile it.
Wake said the cult has the clicker. How does he know?
The writer is the reader. The next chapter, the next chapter, the next chapter. Keep the pages safe, the dark shining of the words.
Wake is hiding pages. That's how he knows the cult has the clicker. Wake has a double. Mr. Scratch. Where is he now?
A cloud of wrath wears my face. The dark place in your place. Scratching out my body of work.
Scratch is here. In Washington. He's hunting Wake. Scratch looks just like Wake. Why?
In that case, it should be easy to find him then.
If your life is a dream, I swam to the shore, but the water is rising.
Wake and Scratch are clearly connected. Maybe Scratch got out because Wake did. Or vice versa.
What have we got? The story. Cult of the Tree.
Wake just gave us a lot of information. But this clicker...
Two
seems like a
or
good
three
place
whole
to
parts
start.
of it.
If we find that, then we find the cult.
Where is the clicker?
The cult. Yes. Yes. They have the clicker.
They are followers of Scratch. Does that be their goal? And then the story.
The pages we've been finding are from a horror story called Return, written by Alan Wake. And the contents of this book are coming true. Why couldn't it have been a romance?
That's a lot of dots. Oh boy. Okay. The dark place. There's a presence in there. This is just like... Just so you can kind of keep track of it all, I guess, in case you're confused. We can scratch our interchangeable.
But your double edited it into a horror story that's now changing reality, taking over people.
It's New York, but it's not New York. How do we stop the story? Yeah, this is just sort of recapping everything in case it takes a little bit for you to play the game. And you're like, wait, why am I doing this?
Makes sense.
Yeah, makes sense. How to enter. For later, huh?
Okay, Mr. Wake. I know you have more pages of the manuscript on you.
You don't understand how vital these pages are. They're the only way I can know what's coming.
You're not the only one trying to solve this. This is our job.
Okay. Here. Now, this is all I have. Be careful with them.
Or you can have them back once I read them.
Inside the trailer, at the outskirts of Watery, Saga had seen Wake's fabled clicker for the first time, in the hands of the Cult of the Tree. A cultist stared at her. She drew her weapon. Standing inside the trailer, at the outskirts of Watery, Saga had seen Wake's fabled clicker for the first time, in the hands of the Cult of the Tree. Her mind reeled from what the horror story was now claiming about her. Her life, her past. She didn't accept it. She stepped out of the trailer. She needed air. But she wasn't alone. A cultist stared at her from behind a deer mask. She drew her weapon, shouted, ran after him.
Yeah, I had some suspicions.
The Cult of the Tree has the clicker Wake told me about. They're a part of all this. It's all on the page. The clicker, the cult. Okay, I'll head to Watery and find this trailer. Casey, you stay here and keep an eye on Mr. Wake.
Got it.
No, you need me there.
No dice, pal. This is an FBI investigation, and I don't see a badge on that flannel.
Now change between Alan and Saga's story via the bucket in the janitor's room. Feel free to play in whatever order you choose. Huh. Interesting. You can change via the bucket. Well, it's weird because Alan's story technically already happened.
You wrote these pages in the dark place.
Right?
So why are we finding them here?
I think I wrote them. I remember writing an endless amount of pages. When this happened before, the pages were being sent from the dark place to help me. Maybe the same thing is happening here.
That's all for now, Mr. Wake. Thank you for your cooperation.
The heck is this? But yeah, it's weird because Alan's story technically already happened. At least I think it did. Is that a phone? Oh, it's a giant like tape dispenser.
I'm the only one who understands the forces behind this. I can help you.
No, that's not how this works. You're a civilian, and we don't do ride-alongs. And if Scratch is after you, then so is the
What the
cult.
heck is that?
We don't know who we can trust here.
Damn it, you are making a mistake.
I'll be sure to add that to the list.
So I kind of want to do more Alan's story. But, I mean, they do say do it in whatever order you want. I'll do more with Saga for now. And,
Hi, welcome.
whenever we come back here, maybe I'll double up with Alan next time.
Okay. Past favorite Deerfest floats.
That is a giant sponge. That's like a floor sponge, like a car sponge.
Squirrels one. No, thank you. Those beady dead marble eyes still give me nightmares.
Hello, and welcome to Coffee World, Boutique, Washington's best
Why is the
coffee themed
frame rate all bad again?
All of our attractions are family friendly and available to children of all ages, just like our coffee. So, take a sip of our Oh Dear Diner organic coffee and let the adventure begin. Hold on for dear life on the Espresso Express. Oh! Soak in some local history at the Huatari Well, where two serial killers once hid the disemboweled bodies of their murder victims. It's not haunted. No. Come join Mocha Moose and the goats at our amusement park petting zoo. Just don't share your coffee with the goats. Seriously, stop feeding our goats coffee. Seriously, it's not amusing. Take in amazing views from the Slow Roaster Ferris wheel. I can almost see the Warrior Lighthouse trailer park. This is so much fun. And finish off at our beautiful gift shop where seniors and children under 10 receive a 9% discount
Great deals on keychains.
and propane tanks. Welcome to Coffee World. We guarantee you'll have a great time.
Where the fun is percolating.
This is the third time I've requested something be done about the TV in my room. It keeps going on by itself. It's keeping me
at that
awake
beard.
all night.
Yes, sir, I'm terribly sorry for that. We've called a professional electrician. In the meantime, have you tried unplugging the TV for the night?
Oh, there's an idea, Einstein. Why don't I just get rid of everything I'm paying for in that room while I'm at it? Sleep on the floor. Go to the toilet in the corner. Hey, I'm not unplugging it. You're fixing it.
Of course.
All these rooms. Oh, okay. I was gonna say, are these rooms just unlocked? Let me just double check something real quick. Graphics. Yeah, these are the same settings I was on last time. Maybe the dark place had lower settings? Or lower, like... lower requirements. Is it supposed to be a mirror? Oh yeah, it was. Don't mind me, just exploring. Everybody's rooms. Focus on news and rumor. Focus on 2010. Yeah, we're just checking out people's rooms. It's fine. It's unlocked, so it's legal. See, if they have a do not disturb, I can't go in. Don't mind me. Yep. Anyone got any pain pills I can take? Oh, wait. This is a manuscript page? Ed?
Ed hadn't been the same since his latest show had closed. This wasn't the first time one of his productions had shuttered early. Scathing social commentary in a one-act play wasn't exactly filling seats. When Tammy told him she was taking a research trip to Bright Falls, he decided to tag along.
Oh,
Ed
right,
told her
that
he wanted
Ed.
to find inspiration. Really, he just wanted a break from the city. But it was true that he certainly needed to find something. A voice, a direction, an idea, something authentic to himself. Ed knew he couldn't keep using Tammy's money to fund his playwriting. After the argument with Tammy, Ed stormed out of the diner and drove their rental car back to Cauldron Lake to prove a point. Now standing in the dark woods, the sun hidden by the trees, Ed wished he could remember what that point was. Something about masculinity. He cursed at himself and turned to go. Suddenly, he was blinded by a light in his face. Voices shouted and hands pushed him to the ground. Ed struggled, in vain.
Well, R.I.P. Ed. Maybe.
Tammy tapped her pen on her notebook. Alan Wake had ridden this same ferry into town when he arrived. This was his entry into Bright Falls. His first steps across the threshold. She wrote that down. She always found it helpful to walk in the victim's shoes, do what they did, see what they saw. It added great color to the book. Tammy felt raindrops on her face. God, again? She pulled up her hood. The rain just kept coming. She missed New York. So far, this hadn't been the simple research trip she pictured. First the incident at the lake, then the fight with Ed. It's not surprising tempers got hot. They were both on edge after what had happened. Tammy had said some things she regretted. She looked out over the harbor. A chill passed through her. She hoped Ed wouldn't do anything stupid.
Every time. Bad frame rates when I come back from the memory castle? The whatever?
It's not opening.
Well, that's weird. Why wouldn't it be open? You okay, miss?
Hello?
What is that? That's the third? Oh, it's the second to the end? Are those, like, side quests?
I can't get through this.
Yeah, frame rates are getting all funky. They were good last time I played. They were fine in the other place. So my goal right now is the watery. Which is... where? Exactly? The Valhalla nursing home. Well, I kind of want to go help out Ed, if I can.